So Twitch has a stalking problem. And I'm not talking about misguided fans who don't realize that it's not okay to show up to your house for an impromptu meet and greet. No, what I'm talking about here are multiple streamers dealing with targeted harassment, death threats, violated restraining orders, and full-on physical assault. So on Thursday, September 9th, Twitch streamer BX Bullet posted a twitlonger where she details her experiences with a person she alleges is a serial harasser and stalker. She calls him by name Matthew Brockett. Online, he goes by Specty Poo, and from now on, I'm going to be referring to him as Specty. According to the twitlonger, the problem started when BX Bullet filed a police report against Specty, alleging that he was using, quote, his org to lure kids into a Discord server where he was being sexually inappropriate with them, sharing pornographic websites and images, and possibly grooming them for exploitation, end quote. Now, the org that BX Bullet is referring to is Inception Esports, which Specty founded. And the report she filed to her local police department, which was made public last week, details an alleged history of sexual misconduct, which she claims involved minors. Many of the allegations stem from the Inception Esports partner Discord server, which at one point had over 3,500 members and allegedly had multiple instances of racist and homophobic conversations. And the whole reason that BX Bullet knows who Specty is that at one point she was signed to Inception Esports as a just chatting streamer. It's a 24-page report documenting in detail with screenshots, videos, and private conversations a litany of allegations against Specty from his time running 3 different esports organizations, most recently with Inception Esports. According to BX Bullet, Specty somehow found out about the report that she filed, and according to her, this is when the harassment began.
And he's been coming at me with everything he has, with doxing, harassment, bots, threats, telling me he has my address and like saying things like "see you soon" or "can't wait to come visit you" kind of stuff.
From allegedly doxing her repeatedly to allegedly giving her name and address to people that she describes as dark web criminals, threatening to show up to where she was on a recent trip, and even allegedly having a naked photo of her daughter on his computer, it got to the point where BX Bullet decided to stop streaming on Twitch out of fear for her and her daughter's safety.
She ran in here and she had underwear on, but she bolted in here and I lunged at her and grabbed her and wrangled her out. And then, I ended the stream. And as I was doing that, I noticed that somebody who was associated with him had clipped the incident. And I deleted it right away, and I deleted the VOD. And then the next day, he sent me a message saying that he had naked pictures of my 3-year-old child saved, and he was using it to blackmail me or to threaten me or to say that he was going to try to get me banned from Twitch.
According to her, Specty at one point was banned from Discord in connection to allegations similar to what she filed in her report, but allegedly he uses multiple different alt accounts to remain on Discord. She says that even some of his admins have, quote, emailed Discord support trying to get his alt accounts banned with no luck, end quote. Now, BX Bullet says that she's spoken to multiple different lawyers and that due to differing state laws, if she wanted to do something legally, she'd have to take him to federal court, which would be extraordinarily expensive. She also says that she's reached out to her local authorities multiple different times, but that they haven't been very helpful. Now, I also reached out to Specty for comment and to get his perspective on this situation, and here's what he had to say.
It's 3 years ago, and that's no excuse for anything, but I don't even remember what I did 3 weeks ago. So my language and talking to people, I'm not asking every single person what their age is on Discord, and I don't think people do that normally. And I watch other YouTube channels like McNasty or like Bordy and people like that, and they're talking to people like the same way, and no one has a problem with it. I get why, but no one raised awareness back then saying, hey, this is a real big problem, you shouldn't be talking to minors like this. And I know it's not the right thing to do, but being in gaming, and it's really a toxic environment in some games.
And this is what Specty had to say when it came to the allegations of targeted harassment towards BX Bullet online.
So I had the address. They took it and they did whatever with it. I mean, they found everything more. They found more about her than I even have. I knew what they were. I didn't know how hard they were going to act on it. I didn't know. Hey, if I give this person this information, are they going to go really, really hard on her, or are they just going to go look at it and be like, whatever?
Now, what we talked about here is only a fraction of what's alleged in BX Bullet's report. And while this might be the latest instance of stalking and online harassment in the world of Twitch, unfortunately, it's far from the only one. A few months ago, Sweet Anita, who's a popular Twitch streamer with Tourette syndrome, went public with her own experiences dealing with targeted harassment.
I had a stalker. They've been stalking me for quite a few months, actually. They've been coming to my house. They've been sleeping pretty much in my backyard, watching the house, and the other day, some shopkeepers had to intervene and kind of hold him back while he chased after me.
According to Anita, this person slept in her backyard multiple times, peeked through her mail slot while she was home, physically assaulted her, and violated the restraining order she filed against him multiple times. It apparently got so bad that Anita said she feared for her life. This person would bang on her door for hours at a time and would constantly send her death threats.
He threatened to kill me, and the police response has been incredibly underwhelming. After he assaulted me, I had a witness, I had a lot of evidence, and the police did nothing.
She goes on to say that when the police eventually went to talk to this person about the alleged assault, he was on his way to see her and he allegedly had a knife on him. After months of Anita pushing for something to happen, she says that recently the police pressed charges and this guy was given a suspended sentence of 2 months in prison. And basically a suspended sentence is where you're found guilty of whatever you've been charged with, but you probably won't be spending any time in prison.
They pressed charges for stalking. He's been banned from visiting my town. So he's going to be escorted back to his guest house to collect his things. And then he has to just stay out of town.
Now, recently, Anita published a YouTube video talking about all of this while also interviewing streamers Choco Bars, Destiny, Sushi Kitty, and Caseytron about their experiences dealing with online harassment.
I left and I thought, right, that is it. I'm done with this guy forever. That's when it turned into stalking.
It's been ongoing, still happening for 2.5 years now.
It's like they just get off on just making your life miserable. Like this one guy who's harassing me now, that's been harassing me for years, like since 2014.
The video touches on a lot of different topics: streamers fearing for their safety, the lack of response from the authorities or Twitch, and just a general sense of helplessness. Choco Bars in particular has been vocal about her experiences with online harassment, at one point tweeting that she fears that she might die at the hands of her alleged stalker because nobody can do anything about it until something actually happens.
Police said they can't do anything because he hasn't really threatened my life. Mine is just like an annoying mosquito fly that just hates me. I've even talked to lawyers to see what they can do, but if I wanted to do the lawyer route, I would have to pay $20,000+.
Now, when it comes to Twitch, they haven't said or done much, although they did pledge to review and update their harassment and hateful conduct policies back in June during a wave of sexual misconduct allegations. And that's the big question here. We all know that something needs to change, but outside of Twitch working with the police in the most extreme cases, what does Twitch do here? BX Bullet, who you'll remember is the woman we started this story talking about, says that she's reported her situation to Twitch over 50 times, and that she's never received anything other than a standard email saying, well, we got your email. One notable exception to this, where something was actually done about a case of targeted harassment, is the recent Leafy Pokimane situation. After weeks of YouTube videos about Pokimane, which were full of remarks about her appearance and speculation on her personal life, Leafy was actually permanently banned from YouTube for violating the platform's harassment policies. And what's important to understand here is that Leafy was banned not long after YouTube updated its creator-on-creator harassment policy, which they originally rolled out in 2019. And when it comes to violating YouTube's policies, it's very similar to Twitch in that regard. It's a 3-strike and you're out system. According to YouTube's CEO, this updated policy tries to draw a distinction between, quote, creators criticizing each other and being a part of this free speech and open ideas, and then where do you draw the line? Where do they cross the line when it's no longer just ideas, but they're criticizing them as a person, end quote. And this is an important distinction to make. Where is the line between commentary, YouTubers commenting on other YouTubers, and harassment?